Listen, for 15 years, I've been diagnosing people's organizing style, and I must not be great at it because you're still confused. And today, I'm going to make it easier to understand. I'm going to show you a new, different way to diagnose your organizing style in minutes so that your house stays tidy because you're tired of cleaning it, you're tired of tidying it just for it to get messy again, and that stops right now.
Mara and Emily have graciously reluctantly volunteered to show this really cool game that we did on the social, which diagnoses if you're a detailed or non-detailed person just by sorting random kitchen stuff. So there's food and utensils, and I'm gonna give them 45 seconds to naturally sort, don't overthink it, how they would put things into piles. You ready? On your mark, get set, go.
Oh my god, there's beans in here! There's so much in here.
I may have put too many cat
Candy?
28 seconds.
28 seconds?
You got a lot of time!
I don't know.
So much time.
Okay. Oh my god!
I'm gonna give you a countdown.
I dropped stuff. It's like elastics everywhere!
Okay, we got 6,
No!
5,
No!
4, 3, 2, 1. Timer! So good! Oh, I love this.
Oh,
Here is the exciting part. Emily sorted all the cutlery and everything is like it, and you sort like me, which is not food.
Right.
Food, not food, beverages. I love it, but you did sort of candy. You got super insanely detailed. You even separated the coffee from the tea.
Yeah.
This is the difference. Natural brain, detailed, big picture thinker. And knowing that about yourself is the secret to understanding why things work and certain things don't when it comes to home organization.
Detailed people like Emily naturally want to put things in lots of little categories and have everything separated. And laid back big picture thinkers like Mara naturally want to just use big categories. So what does this look like when you're organizing your home? Detailed people love separation and categories like this, whereas big picture thinkers need to be able to toss things into a bucket like this. Here's where the confusion comes in. A lot of people end up with a system that looks like this. And the reason is non-detailed people are just, having a random pile. They're doing this for some semblance of organization. Detailed people would love to do this, but that's a lot of work. So they're doing this just because they don't have the time and energy to devote to this level of sorting. That doesn't mean that everyone organizes the same way. You still need to know your core style, your core identity. It's about self-awareness. Sometimes I decant some things. That doesn't make me a detailed person. You may be a very detailed person that sometimes chucks things in a basket. You are still who you are. You're just adapting to different styles. But at the end of the day, you still need to have the self-awareness of what really truly works and what doesn't and why, so that those spaces that aren't staying tidy, that's where you adapt them to your natural organizing style.
So detailed, non-detailed, that's how you naturally sort. Now let's talk about the other half, which is how you naturally store your things. Are you visual or are you hidden? And this is the question I ask. It's the front of your fridge, friends. Do you have things on the front of your fridge or is there nothing? Emily?
All day stuff on the fridge.
Nothing. Visual? Hidden. Another good example is, do you have your bathroom products out on the counter or are they tucked away?
All on the counter.
In the drawer. Stuffed in the drawer. We got a bee and a ladybug up in here. This is it. Knowing these natural tendencies on the stuff you touch every day. Again, everyone's adaptable, but where do you lean more, right? Are you more visual or are you more hidden? And combining how you sort and how you store makes up your organizing style. I'm gonna put a link to the quiz, a little QR code. Take a picture, take a screenshot, go take the free quiz and find out your organizing style right now.
Stay tuned to the end of this video. I have a bunch of 1-minute fixes that you can do for your bug style. But first, let's talk about a common problem and some demos of how to fix it using the right system. You may or may not have like a pile of crap on your counter. This is because kitchens really aren't made for this type of everyday stuff. There isn't the proper storage, no matter what your organizing style is. But if you're visual, it's even harder. So my friends, if you're a bee, get the pile off the counter and use a system that makes it vertical and visual. This is so perfect to hang right above where you naturally pile, even floating shelves, any type of system to get it off and up. And I really like this because it's not usually just paper. You'll have your phone, maybe you'll have glasses, pens, keys, all this random stuff. You can give it a home that isn't just a pile. You can organize it really quickly and it works perfectly with your organizing style. Da, 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 da. Organization. I'm totally not organizing like a bee. The bees are cringing. Where's your rhyme or reason? Ladybugging it. And no more piles. Just gonna make a mess real quick again, and then just quickly show you each bug. It'll be quick. Cricket! Crickets want to hide. Crickets want to hide, so get something pretty. There's little compartments in the front for the things that are not paper, and then you can organize till your little heart's content in lots of little details, which I'm not going to do, but you get the idea. All the paper, but it's still here. It's where you naturally pile, but it's pretty and it doesn't look like clutter. This is like a little cricket's dream come true right here. Not the way I'm doing it. Okay, let's ladybug it. I'm a ladybug. Here's what ladybugs do. It's a pretty basket. Who cares? Everything together. But at least it has a home. Boink, boink. There's no rhyme or reason, but it stops the spread. You know? It stops the spread. Or something like this. Right? Home that isn't a pile. Super awesome. And last but not least, the butterfly. Butterfly could do the bee, but butterflies may not want to take time to hang, you know, because you'd have to find the hammer and some nails. But if you can, use the bee one. But if not, using a system like this, super, super visual, it's still key down. It's still dropping stuff in, but you can see it. Here's some real life examples of how the wrong system was making people's homes really messy. We're starting with Shauna in her craft room. She was so visual, such a perfectionist. Her little bee brain was piling everything on the floor. Why? Because she wanted to see it, but she didn't have any vertical or visual storage. So she was spreading on every surface. Some really inexpensive $20 bookcases from Walmart. That's all she needed. Get the stuff up on the wall where she could see it, and instantly, she stayed organized. Emily's is another example of just visual people without visual storage, piling and spreading, inexpensive bookcases. I feel like that's the win. Get things up, get it where you can see it, and you will stay tidy. We're trying to rack our brain to remember poor Stephanie's husband's name. I don't know what it is, but listen. As a visual butterfly, he was trying to keep his clothes in a dresser. Dressers do not work for butterflies, so he was just piling his clothes everywhere. A really inexpensive closet system on the wall was like, oh, the holy grail for him. Stop using a dresser, butterflies. Put it up where you can see it, and you'll never have piles of laundry again. Kelly was a ladybug like me, so a shover and a hider, except she didn't have any ladybug systems. So a random empty closet was where she put her groceries, still In the grocery bag. She just would come home, open it, and chuck it in. Not a care given. All she needed was some really inexpensive shelving and big old baskets so she could still chuck her stuff in the closet, but now everything went into an organized home and she could see it and easily get to it. I've organized hundreds of clients' homes, and truth be told, I'm not actually really good at organizing, but I'm able to help them stay tidy because I can understand their organizing style, and I can make these little subtle changes to their home to catch their everyday belongings the way they naturally put them down. That's the secret. It isn't about fancy containers or elaborate systems. It's about knowing yourself so that you can organize your home exactly how your brain works. Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? I'm loving that all the best products for the different styles are all cute and color coordinated. Let's jump right into the Cricut. Paper systems, you need little file boxes filled with lots of different categories. So you pay a bill and it goes exactly where you need it, but you can't see the paper clutter. And stacking boxes with lids with little dividers inside. This is your favorite thing, Cricuts. Get super detailed. Ladybugs, on the other hand, don't want to see their stuff. They want everything hidden, but they need fast and easy. So think about paper categories like important and not important and paid bills. That's about as detailed as you want to get. And for everything else, I don't want to say chuck it and F it because, you know, it's like drop it and stop it. So like drop the clutter and stop it from spreading. Big bins, no lids. Moving on to bees. Anytime you can get something off a surface and on a wall, that's a win for bees, but still lots of details. So when you're done paying a bill, it goes into all the little categories, or you have like urgent, important, ideas. You get the idea. And then I love stacking clear acrylic containers with drawers so you don't have to unstack to use it, but everything can be really meticulously divided, which is exactly what a bee needs. And last but not least, my beautiful butterfly. Again, just like a bee visual, so you want it up on the wall, but like a ladybug, you need like important, not important, like as few of categories as possible, not just for papers, but everything. And just like a ladybug, you need those drop it and stop it bins that are big, but you want them clear, or wire or mesh so you can see what's inside. So knowing your style means like finding products that complement your brain, beautiful and tidy all at the same time. Are you ready for some quick 1-minute fixes? Let's start with the ladybug. You can't have any lids on bins because we'll just set things on top. Instead, you want to remove the lid, get some inexpensive shelving, and then stack your bins on that so you can really quickly put something away, but still have everything neatly contained. Ladybugs, throw your filing cabinet in the trash. Stop it. You're not going to use it. That's crazy. You're going to shove it in a drawer. Instead, just have a basket for like 20, 25 paid bills. And as you start plopping things in, the bottom's January, then February, then March, you're getting the point. It's like kind of filing, except zero work. If you are not a person to use hangers, it's okay. Install hooks inside your closet for all that stuff that would otherwise just be in a pile. Wherever you naturally pile, get yourself some clutter catchers, which is just baskets or boxes you find really pretty, no lids, so you can just pile your stuff in there instead of out on your surface. Here's some quick fixes just for you bees. You want to make sure you're putting things up on the wall and making it visual. So I really love magnetic shelves for the side of the fridge, or those peel and stick shelving that you can get. I think it's for inside the shower, but go ahead and use it right on your bathroom walls or right on the mirror to get things off your surfaces. Hello, perfect bee organizer. You got to get clear and you got to get stacking. And these are great, these clear stacking bins that have the pull-out drawer. So it's really fast and easy for you to still put things away, but everything's compartmentalized for your little bee brain to have lots of little categories. Great in the pantry, great in the fridge, great for craft supplies, great for makeup, great for everything if you are a bee. Hooks are a bee's best friend. Hooks everywhere for clothing, for your keys, absolutely everything. And don't forget about pegboards too. They definitely work. And hang magazine racks right on the wall for your paper so you can still see it, but have it right above where you naturally pile. Because bees are so visual, they're spreaders. They are pilers. It's like every surface, but they're also rule followers. So if you give yourself a tray, it's like a limit. You're actually still seeing everything that's inside, but you're not going to spread outside the home that you've been given. This is why trays work so well for bees, because it puts a limit, it puts a rule, and they stay within it. Quick fix for the cricket is every drawer should have drawer dividers. Embrace your little crickety perfectionist self and make sure that all your hidden spaces have extra compartments to keep things really, really tidy. It's also important that you have a vertical paper system where you naturally pile, so you can quickly put things away in an organized way exactly where you naturally put it down. Crickets love to pile. They just put their things in neat little piles. So getting pretty little stacking containers like this allows you to still pile and have your things within arm reach, so it's functional, but you're not looking at clutter. These are perfect. I want crickets to think about portable storage because they're so logical. They like things close to them where they're using it, but then they also don't want to see it. So anytime you can have a caddy or a tote or a rolling cart, you can bring things out while you're using it and then tuck it away out of sight when you're done. This works so good for crickets. Last but not least, quick fixes for the beautiful butterfly. Take the doors off your closets. It seems crazy weird, but I promise it actually works. While you're at it, maybe take the doors off some of your kitchen cabinets too. If you can see inside, you're gonna put things away. There's two things that butterflies need everywhere: floating shelves just all over the place, and labels. Label your house like it's a preschool, and magically you're gonna actually start putting things away because your brain knows now where things go. Use big giant baskets to kick things into, like your shoes. You're not going to use a shoe shelf, and that's fine. Just kick them into a basket, or toys, just drop them into big open things all throughout the house. It has to be just as easy to put it away as it is to just put it down. And just like a ladybug, don't even worry about using a filing cabinet. Stop it, just don't. Big old baskets, chuck in your paper, you're kind of filing, it's good enough to move on. Do me a favor and take the quiz if you haven't already. And if you've already taken it and you're still confused, take it again, but not as fantasy self. Check out that QR code right here. It'll take you right to the free quiz. And also, I want to challenge you this week to pick one spot that's driving you crazy in your home. And what's a small thing that you can do to adjust it so it's more fitting for your organizing style? Like, adapt your home so it works for you instead of you trying to adapt to work for your home. I know I've shared this type of content before and you're probably rolling your eyes, but listen, this works and it matters. Knowing yourself, knowing how you naturally organize, what works and what doesn't, and why is truly the secret for setting up a home that's really functional and that stays tidy all the time. If you haven't already, subscribe because I've got some really cool content coming up. We're making over a craft room for a bee. I'm scared. Okay, I'm scared, friends. It's gonna be a nuts makeover. And I'm actually going to a famous YouTuber's house to make over her space as well. So many fun makeovers coming up. You don't want to miss those. Hit that subscribe button and I'll see you next time. Thank you guys so much for those of you who have stayed to the end. Something is wrong with me, okay? There's a lot of things wrong with me, but I mean like something here. I know maybe some of you will understand. I am very busy. I have overbooked myself. My schedule is so full, I cry myself to sleep sometimes because I don't know how I'm gonna get it all done. And yet, I just ordered bees. Ha ha ha, I'm getting a beehive. Joe right now is going to pick up a bunch of raspberry bushes, and I ordered 1,000 lavender seeds to plant my lavender field. Do I have time to garden? Nope. Do I daydream about chickens? Yes. Do I eat eggs? Nope. What is wrong with me? I have this urge to do all this ridiculous crap. Maybe it's social media pressure. I don't know what it is, and I have time for none of it. And I know I'm not alone because I just met a lady on the weekend who has goats and chickens and got her first cow and yet works full time and doesn't have time to shower. You don't need the cow, but now you got the cow. She doesn't even like milk. Why do we do this? Let me know in the comments below if you are also a person who just is like, squirrel, new hobby, new hobby, new hobby, and you have no time for any of it. And then you get mad at your entire family for not helping out with your many, many, many new commitments that you just made for yourself. And really, you just need to stop it. Stop it. Stop it. See you guys next time. Why do we do that?
Your hobbies have gotten progressively bigger. They started with like knitting, scrapbooking, crocheting,
Now I'm just
chickens, and
bees. A lavender field. 1,000 seeds is a lot.
That's a lot.
And then Joe's like, we have clay. So now I'm having trucks of sand coming in.
Oh my god, no.
Yeah, not sure when I'm doing it.
Your
But
hobbies are getting so much more like extravagant.
let's be a firefighter. Let's be a beekeeper. You're insane. I'm like, I need to go. I need a vacation from my life that I've created for myself. I don't know. It's a thing. Do other people do this? Do you do this? I want to learn all the new things, and then I'm bored of it.
Yeah.
That's why I can't have pets anymore. Do bees count as pets? No. Shh, let's go. Emily, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Is it too loud? Why is it so windy? Do you hear that? Listen, that's my house whistling. It's like tornado out there, except it's a beautiful sunny day. What is happening?